A long time ago, in a world not so far away, there lived a young woman who was widely considered to be the most beautiful girl in the kingdom. But she wasn't just beautiful from an aesthetic point of view. She also had a beauty of character. She was kind, intelligent, funny, and humble, and everyone loved her. One day, while she was walking through the marketplace, she heard a beggar asking for some money so that he could buy food. Moved with compassion, she took out her purse, counted out 10 silver coins, and handed them over to him. "Thank you, kind miss," said the beggar. "May your beauty both inside and out forever be preserved." The girl blushed at the compliment, thanked the old man for his kindness, and went about her daily business. She didn't give it much thought until later that night, when she couldn't stop thinking about what the beggar had said. "May your beauty both inside and out forever be preserved." Preserve? How does one preserve beauty? Was that even possible? If so, how did one go about doing it? And so the next day, she went to the marketplace and asked everyone she met, how does one preserve their beauty? But no matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get a straight answer. And so she decided to seek out the oldest and wisest person she knew, her grandmother. "You're not going to believe this, Grandma," she said. "Last night I had the weirdest dream. I dreamt that a beggar told me that I was beautiful and he wished for my beauty to be preserved forever. So then I asked him how to preserve one's beauty, but he wouldn't tell me. So then I woke up and now I can't stop thinking about it. How does one preserve their beauty? Is it even possible?" Her grandmother thought for a moment. "Ah, you remind me of myself when I was young," she said. "I too used to worry about things like this all the time. It never rains, does it? You know, you humans are pretty simple creatures. You spend the first half of your life trying to find beauty and meaning and happiness, and the second half of your life trying to hold on to it. It's a universal truth. So how do we hold on to it? Is it possible? Well, if you want to try, here's what you do. At the end of this rainbow is a pot of gold, and guarding that pot of gold is a dragon. And if you can defeat the dragon and get the pot of gold, then you will have the secret to preserving beauty forever." Wow, really? That sounds amazing. Thank you, Grandma. I'll see you later. And so our story begins. Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of The Philosophy of Desire, a show about why we want what we want. In ancient Greek philosophy, the concept of desire is represented by this guy right here, Eros. He's usually depicted as this winged dude because, well, duh, he's supposed to be attractive. But why is he blind? Well, in Greek mythology, Eros was known to shoot people with arrows, and those who were hit would fall madly in love with the next person they saw. And because he shot these arrows while being completely oblivious to who he was shooting, sometimes he would accidentally make people fall in love with each other's uglies. In fact, he once shot the beautiful goddess Athena with an arrow, and she immediately fell in love with the first person she saw, who happened to be a donkey. Now, most of the time, the people who were struck by Eros's arrows would end up falling in love with truly worthy people, and everything would work out fine. But sometimes he would make people fall in love with unworthy people, which would lead to all sorts of problems. This is why Eros is depicted as blind. He doesn't know what he's hitting. Love, in its essence, is irrational. Even when we're attracted to someone, we don't really know why we're attracted to them. We just are. Okay, so our story takes place in a fantasy world where everyone's desire to preserve their beauty has gotten completely out of control. People are so obsessed with maintaining their looks that they devote their entire lives to it. They eat special foods, drink strange concoctions, perform bizarre rituals, and even sacrifice their loved ones to dark gods in exchange for eternal youth and beauty. Because of this, the land has become overrun with monsters and evil spirits who feed off of the human's obsession with vanity. That is why the protagonist's grandmother has chosen to live deep in the forest away from all of this madness. She lives a pure and simple life as a hermit and has managed to retain her youthful appearance, which is why she is able to live so harmoniously with nature. All of the other villagers have become so corrupted by their desire for beauty that they can no longer even see it. But since the protagonist is still very young and innocent, she is able to perceive the beauty that surrounds her. This is why her grandmother tells her that she must embark on a quest to defeat the dragon and retrieve the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because she believes that it may help her granddaughter understand the true meaning of beauty. But why is it that we want what we want? Is there any objective standard for beauty, or is it all just a matter of opinion? Does beauty really lie in the eye of the beholder, or is there something more to it than that? Is beauty something that can be preserved, or is it something that fades with time? And if so, should we try to preserve it, or should we embrace the natural order of things? These are just a few of the many questions that we'll be exploring throughout this series. Now, before we begin our journey into the heart of darkness, there are a few things that I want to address. Firstly, this is a comedy. Now, I know that some people take philosophy way too seriously and think that it's only supposed to be about big, scary ideas, but I'm here to tell you that philosophy can be about anything. The reason that I've chosen to make this show in the form of a comedy is because I believe that it will make the ideas more accessible and enjoyable for a wider audience. Life is already difficult enough as it is. The last thing anyone needs is another person droning on about how complicated things are. So if you're watching this show, I expect you to laugh. If something isn't funny, let me know in the comments and I'll try to fix it. I want everyone to be able to enjoy this show. That's why I've made sure to include humor that appeals to a wide range of people. So if you're easily offended, please keep in mind that I'm not trying to upset you. I'm just trying to make you laugh. Secondly, now that I've made it clear that this is a comedy, some of you might start wondering how serious I am about philosophy. I'm here to tell you that I'm as serious as a heart attack. I've been studying philosophy for years and I'm currently working towards my doctorate. Now, I know that some people don't trust academics, but I'm not just some ivory tower elitist who's out of touch with reality. I've worked in a variety of different jobs and I've had all kinds of experiences. I'm just a regular guy who loves philosophy. I hope that you can trust me to guide you through these complex topics in a clear and understandable way. Finally, now that I've established that this is a comedy and that I'm serious about philosophy, some of you might start wondering what the point of all of this is. What's the purpose of the show? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's to make you think. Now, I know that some of you just want to sit back and be entertained, but I'm here to tell you that you can't do both. If you want to be entertained, you need to be actively engaged in the material. So if you're watching this show, I expect you to think. If you don't like thinking, then just turn it off right now and go do something else. But if you do want to think, then I promise you that this show will be well worth your time. That's all I have to say for now. Are you ready to begin? If so, type yes in the comments. And remember, this is a comedy. So if you're enjoying it, be sure to share it with your friends. Until next time.